Hi, my name is Marco. After years of grazing cows, I decided to search for something new and move to the city. And this is my friend, Jackson. The fact that even he is successful in the city made me realize that I too can be a billionaire. However, that was not my goal. I just wanted to support my family, just like Jackson. Unfortunately, his agricultural knowledge turned out to be completely useless here. Luckily, many people, especially those who live in the city, focus a lot on the way they look. Therefore, we decided to get rich by feeding their vanity. Jackson rented something he calls a hairdresser salon. For me, it's just a container where we make Maasai braids. I will not risk stating that all this was his own idea. I think that he chose this profession because of his fondness for the ladies. When a beautiful woman enters the salon, my friend goes ape crazy. However, he only limits himself to paying ham-handed compliments, knowing that getting into a relationship with someone from another tribe can cause many problems and deprive him of some privileges. Therefore, he makes serious amorous advances only to Maasai women from the shop nearby. Other women might not understand our approach towards love and the fact that Jackson can make love with every Maasai woman only if she is from his age group. Many times I saw Jackson sticking a spear into the hut door to warn a man and let him know that his wife is busy. He needs to be careful though. A mistake can cost him an arm and a leg. Catching him with his pants down while being with a woman from a different age group will end up with a customary fine. The lover will have to pay with many cows, something which can be even more painful than the death penalty. Cattle are extremely important for us. The cows not only keep me alive by providing milk, meat and hides, but thanks to them, I also know Jackson. We met in Tanga, where my family migrated to during the drought in Arusha, where I was born. We couldn't sit still when our cows were dying of thirst one after another. When we lack water, we are able to walk many miles just to get water for the cows. In extreme cases, we can drink blood directly from the cow's veins. It not only quenches the thirst, but also makes us stronger. Sometimes I have a feeling that Jackson was not a big fan of blood, and he was enjoying himself only with chapati and rice. Healthy cows are healthy Maasai. Therefore, we decided to sell some cows and move to a greener area. The journey was long, but luckily a many-mile hike is a consistent part of Maasai life. Jackson, however, is fed up with walking. He prefers to take the bus. Fortunately, his laziness goes unnoticed in the city. He was saved by the stereotype of a courageous Maasai. When we are nearby, nobody dares to steal. Maybe it's because of that wildness in our eyes. Or maybe it's just the machete and mahogany club which we always carry around with us. Nothing commands more respect than a steel blade in your hand. No matter what it is, it works. That's why we are often employed as night guards. It suits us because we don't rent flats, but you can always take a nap in a gatehouse. The bush teaches you how to survive in much harsher conditions than a janitor's booth. The jungle can make a warrior out of the worst loser ever. I'm still wondering how Jackson managed to go through the ritual of transformation from being a boy into a man. Imagine a group of 15-year-old boys walking for 12 hours somewhere, having cows instead of sandwiches for the trip, and a perspective of 3 months sleeping on the ground, on the territory of wild animals. Sounds crazy? Don't worry, here comes the rescue, in the form of a so-called lion plant. Young Maasai cook its root with meat, which they eat every day after reaching their destination. That makes them aggressive and fearless. The tricky part is that lions also know that plant. The difference is that people stop taking it after 40 days to protect themselves from becoming a beast. This amount is enough to protect the cattle from uninvited guests. The killing of lions is prohibited by the government as their population is decreasing. But Jackson has never read the Constitution, and his survival instinct and sense of revenge is quite strong. Sometimes I imagine Jackson's face after months of clashes with lions when he is finally coming back home, ready to drink his favorite masala tea with milk prepared by his mum. He can already smell the amazing rice with vegetables when suddenly he gets an invitation for a ritual of circumcision. He doesn't show any pain or weakness. It's not what real men do. His only comforting thought is that women are going through the same thing at the same time. They are not even allowed to make a sound. It's illegal, and they are hiding. The elderly say, though, that it's very important that we need to respect the tradition. We pass the customs and hierarchy to the cities where the elderly and tradition are still at first place. We stay together and support each other. Competition is present as well, but only for fun. Jackson is not a good player, but I usually pay for a shower with the game winnings. Taking a bath in the river is free, like many other things in the village. Life there is easier, but not worry-free. There are more and more people and animals, while the land and our way of life have stayed the same. Many times Jackson has been woken up by an angry farmer whose crops were destroyed by the hungry cows of my poor friend. This is a classic situation which happens way too often, causing many conflicts and losses. The authorities are trying to solve these problems with extremely high fines, which makes things even more difficult. Since we started to plant beans and corn, we have some extra food for the cows when the grass is gone. Unfortunately, our cows are also destroying our fields. Everything is too accumulated. I had to learn myself how to read and write, just like Jackson, with mixed results. However, my younger brothers went to a school built recently in the village. We are happy about the education, but not about the schoolyard, which made the grazing terrain even smaller. The story of Jackson or me is not much different to yours. Everyone has their own problems and challenges which they need to face. Migration quite often turns out to be a solution when we seek for development or better living conditions. This phenomenon has always been, is, and will be present regardless of the place. Therefore, treat newcomers as you would like to be treated yourself. And when you find yourself on the other side, don't forget about your tradition and identity. Only by preserving it, even after many years of living in different environments, we can still dance together and feel like one tribe.